Hi, I'm your host, Donnie Claybrooks, and welcome to Milwaukee's Talking. Milwaukee has been talking lately about numerous topics. Hair is the most talked about topic in the city. We're going to explore that today, so stay tuned. Hair, y'all. I'm just joking, but that is exactly what we're talking about today. All things hair. Child, I've been through my own hair struggles, but some young teens and adult hairstylists are having to struggle to stay in the hair industry. Changes are being made and precautions are being taken. Let's take a look.
In the small big city of Milwaukee, hair means everything, even in the 1900s. Hair brings out the best in everyone. But some local hairstylists are going through some ups and downs in the hair industry.
I've been doing hair roughly about 15 years. Pretty much all the above. I do from chemical service as far as color, relaxers, perms. I really specialize in natural hair care. I really want women to really get into their natural again, because now all these weaves and wigs are out, which is great, but people tend to forget about their natural hair. So I pretty much specialize in that. I try to stray away from chemical services because they tend to either thin your hair out or take your hair out. Like, just to clarify, perms is to curl your hair, relaxers is to straighten your hair. Sometimes, grandmothers and mothers tend to mix up the two, but you can't question them. So I try to stray away from chemicals and just the people embrace just their natural use. Try to stray away from alcohol. Alcohol is the number one harsh chemicals to put in your hair.
The government has shut down the city for quite a while, and people like Perry had got hit big by the situation.
We had the government shut down. It was crazy. Nobody was making money. Plenty of salons shut down, so people started working from the house. But pretty much with me, if you got a great clientele, they're gonna stick with you. But I did lose a lot. I also lost a lot due to COVID, so they have passed on to the other life. But I also gained new ones, so pretty much it hit me hard, but at the same time, things is picking back up. So right now, I'm starting to get back to where I left off at.
Not everyone trusts any hairstylist. Sometimes it takes a while before you can even touch someone's hair.
People to come to you and having them trust you with their hair and their hair needs. Because most of the time people are pretty much not knowledgeable about hair. But the industry, no, it's not hard getting into it.
A lot of people have more than one talent, but only focus on the main talent.
Well, I have multiple talents, but hair right now is my main. It's my moneymaker, it's my go-getter. Yeah, it makes me feel happy. It's like it's an art. Once you get to know what that person's hair looking in the mirror, like, wow, like it just changes their atmosphere. So right now, hair is where it's at. I do have multiple other talents, but this is the one that's gonna get that foot in the door.
Awesome, Perry. Can't wait for you to get back into the shop and continue to do something you love.
Wow, that was some really good info about his goals and his strategies for hair. Let's get to the meet and greets. Joining us today, we have a hairstylist and a client who likes to get her hair done as well as doing hair herself. Please welcome Robin McNeil to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine, thank you for asking. It's good to see you. So I have a few questions about you and how long you've been doing hair and just about hair in general. So first question, how long have you been doing hair?
For about 20 years.
About 20 years? Mm-hmm. What got you started?
Doing my mom hair.
Okay.
At home.
All right, what was some of the hairstyles you used to do on your mom's head?
Jerry curls, flat pressing combs, put the curlers on the stove. So
Did you have a favorite? Like, was it one that you were like, I love doing this style? Like,
it was the curls.
The curls?
To me, yeah.
Is that still to this day? Or
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So you love the curls.
Yes.
What other hairstyles outside of the curls do you like to do today?
Braids.
Okay.
Cuts, short cuts like I have today. I have a short haircut, short top, long back. So
you use clippers, like short
Yes.
cuts like that, so
Yeah.
you can cut Male hair
Yes.
or short hair?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So aside from that, like, do you do like dreads or like quick weaves or anything like that?
Quick weaves, dreads, everything that's dealing with hair.
Oh, so you do it all. It's like nothing you can't do.
Right,
If you
with
need it
hair.
done, I could do it.
Right, with the hair.
Okay. So, as you know, there's some controversy around perms nowadays and how bad they are for hair.
Right.
Or I guess that's up for debate depending on who you ask.
Right.
If you were to facilitate a perm, what age would you say is appropriate for a child to receive one?
I said about 12.
12?
Yeah.
Is there a particular reason why you don't want to do it when they're 5 or?
Because their hair growth is natural at the age of 5. You can tame it and treat it with a 5-year-old different from a 12-year-old hairstyle or hair because their hair is more stronger.
Okay.
A 12-year-old than a 5-year-old hair. So it's a totally big difference.
So if someone came to you saying they wanted to give their 12-year-old a perm and they asked for your advice, and not just asking you to do it, but they just want to know, should I or should I not? In your professional and personal opinion, would you give perms nowadays, knowing what we know about perms that we didn't know before?
Yes, but I let them know to get us not strong because they have different values of perms.
Okay.
So I'll explain them to start off with a regular texture first and then see how that works on the hair because some kids' hairs are coarse, some are just thin, like different cultures of hair. So
Okay.
yeah, I would tell them to start with the mild one first before they just up and just do their hair like that with the perm.
With African Americans embracing their ethnicity more, do you think perms are still necessary?
No, not really.
Okay.
But
So-
most people that don't want to hair nappy, they just want to comb and they just gonna perm it up.
Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying. So, do you still use any of the old utensils that you talked about growing up, like hot combs or
Yeah.
hot irons and stuff like that?
Yes.
You still do the Sunday Easter, making sure you don't get the ear. I have a little sister, and that was the biggest thing.
Right,
Don't get
the
burn her ear,
burns,
yes.
right.
With the Vaseline around the
Right.
edges and things like
Right.
that. So you still use those
Yes.
products?
I still go old school with the product as far as the glue, the hair grease, as far as the training, the tanning first, and then the perm or the flat
So there's
iron
none
or
of the newer stuff that you feel like works better, or you just feel like the old school is just the way to go when it comes
Well,
to
I do. It depends on what type of hairstyle that they want, because you can go old or you can continue to go new. So I'm used to doing more older people hair, as far
Okay.
as the wet sets, the pressing combs. I'm doing older people, so it's like
Okay.
I'm more into the microwave.
Getting it done. I'm not mad at it. So, switch gears. We are talking about mostly the hair on our heads, but women do associate hair with overall beauty and looks in general. So, do you know why women use hair glue for their eyelashes? Why is that a thing?
It's like a more whole texture with the eyelashes, with the glue.
Okay.
That we use
Not
for our
Gorilla
hair.
Glue, though.
No, no, not the Gorilla Glue. We really be stuck. But yes, the glue, the hair glue that they use for the eyelashes is more stronger than the glue that they provide with the lashes, because it's a more hold
Okay.
with the lashes and the glue. Absolutely, I use it. So it's
That's
more
got to be
better.
glue.
Right,
Okay, so you don't want to use any other glue but got to be glue.
right.
Okay. So, are you the only hairstylist in your family?
No,
Who else does hair in your family?
my daughter does. Me and her trades off different hairstyles, maybe every 2 weeks.
Okay, wait, you and her do each other's hair every 2 weeks?
yeah.
Okay.
We trade off on different styles every 2 weeks. I have a barber in my home, as far as my son.
Okay.
It's like different things going on with the hair that everybody
So
doing.
y'all never thought about a family business or anything like that to, to get that coin rolling in?
Yeah, I mean, we have. But everybody just ring off and do their own. So,
Okay.
but my house is like open where I take clients. I may have 3, 4 a week, 2.
3, 4 a week is a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, especially I know how much it costs to get your hair done
Right.
often. And so 3-4 clients a week is a lot.
Right.
I mean, it's something y'all look into. I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do. But, you want to get the coin, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
tax-free?
I'm not mad at it. So your daughter, you said you focus on the older hairstyles more so. Your daughter, I'm assuming her focus is more so on because now wigs are in really tough.
Yes,
So
they're really taking over.
they are.
The wigs are really taking over now because, like I said, a lot of people here are really damaged from the perms. That's why I said take your time on the culture of which one you should get because they have different sayings of hair products that you can use. So.
Okay. So what would you suggest the Gorilla Girl do? The Gorilla Glue Girl. What's she need?
Stay away from Stay away from that.
As far as hairstyling, like should she use a wig? Should she get braids? What would
Well,
be
right
your
now
suggestion?
she have to tame it and let it breathe right now because of what she went through with the hair. So she will have to really just give it a tame and let it breathe.
Okay. All right. So that's our advice to the Gorilla Glue Girl. In the meantime, I want to thank you so much for coming here and giving us the inside scoop on hair.
Yes, thank you for having me.
No problem.
I loved it.
It doesn't matter how old you are, hair loves everyone. Let's take a dive into this entanglement.
Every little girl start doing their own hair. So, normal age, 16, hair, nails, and toes. My mama was a diva, so hair, nails, and toes every 2 weeks. So I started doing hair around that time. My girlfriend's hair, my friend Lisa, she was my first person. She had a different hairstyle every single week. You had an ex-boyfriend, hey, you want to learn how to do dreads? And I was like, cool, all right, you know how that is. You get the little booski to do your hair for free. And that's what I did. And people started asking me to do it. I didn't know how much to charge people. I had no idea. And I just started doing hair and started researching it and getting into it. And that was about 2003. I'm a consultant. I travel and I have an office at home. And that's where I do hair for now. I wanted to focus more on my pre-med studies. So I didn't really focus more on hair. I love hair. I love health and beauty. I create bath salts, dusting powders for women, sugar scrubs, all those things. And I create my own natural hair products, including my conditioner. Everybody loves me. Call it the hair cracks. I love dreads. I love natural. I have natural hair. I had to go natural because I started having seizures in 2003. And the Depakote took 3 globs in my hair like this out. And I said, oh, no, we're not doing that, because my hair was right here. We're not doing that, I'm a sister. So I went natural, and then that started the journey, and I just love natural hair. I love our hair. I've been Sunday morning, getting your hair pressed, hold your ear, kind of, so I love natural hair. Natural hair is beautiful, because, it's our hair, it's strong. I love a hot comb. Somebody just stole mine. Well, you found a good hot comb. You hold that. It's dear life. If grandma give you that hot comb, mama, can I use that? No, she can use it at the house. At the house. Hot combs and cast iron skillets. Okay. That's the things black women pass down. You can't. Every girl love getting their hair done. We little princesses. You know what I'm saying? I always look for a peach charming. You know what I mean? So we always love to feel beautiful, get our hair done, our feet done, our nails done. I just love health and beauty. So, you feel wonderful. You feel good about yourself. It gives you a higher self-esteem. You feel taken care of. You feel like you did some self-care, which is what we need to do right now. And you feel nurtured. How I feel when I do people hair, I love making people beautiful. I love them coming in, and I love it when, I know it seems bad. People will say, oh, their hair is all matted together. I'm like, give me your hair. I feel like, mad scientist. Like, look at that. Because after I look at it, it blows my own mind of, I did that. That's weird. That's how I know it was God. It ain't me. I don't know. That's not me. That's God. So it makes me feel wonderful. And the fact that they love me, and I appreciate everybody that let me do their hair and rocked with me. I feel blessed. I feel loved by them, and they know I love them. And that's, just to make people smile is the dopest.
Authan really loves hair. Speaking of Authan, please help me welcome her to the show. Hey, Authan, how are you doing?
What's cracking?
It's nice to see you.
Hey.
You have just as much energy in person as you did in the clips.
I'm an Aries. How you doing?
Okay, you bringing the energy.
You did.
So, what got you into doing hair?
My friend Lisa asked me to do her hair in high school, so then I started doing her hair. Then I started barbering and cutting hair and doing weaves of my sisters and things like that. And I was taking care of my hair. My hair was down to here back in the day, and it was all mine. And you dig? And so,
That's very big.
you dig? Because I want to prove that we can grow our hair.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
dig? Okay. So, and then I stopped doing hair, and then I started school, and I'm in class, and I'm pre-med. And my financial aid got a little,
Shaky.
derailed. It got a little
Okay.
shaky. So therefore, I said I have to do something. So
And hair is what you
I was
turned
doing
to.
hair about 2 heads a month because one of my exes asked me, would you like to do my dreads? I was like, okay, you know how that go. So I started doing his hair, and then other people said, hey, could you do my hair? And I was like, okay. And I started doing more and more, but then when my financial aid got a little shaky, that's when I started taking 5 heads a day.
Okay, so once you started taking in more people with dreads, because you expressed that you started off doing different types of hairstyles and different types of textures in people's hair. So are dreads like what you go to? Is that your favorite style of hair to do?
Dreads is my specialty. I love all natural hair. I do any form of natural hair. I've done white ballerinas from Germany that came over, could speak no English, and got their hair done, and they had the interpreter there. So
Okay.
and it's funny because the
Fancy.
ballerina had dreads,
Oh, well,
and she was adorable.
okay.
She looked just like a little princess. Yeah. And so I do all hair.
Okay, that's
I do
cool.
all hair. So dreads is my specialty. I just love natural hair because I want to prove that everybody can grow your hair. And a lot of people are frustrated with hair. That's because they don't know their hair.
Okay, so speaking of you doing natural hair though, so is there something that you do different to natural hair depending on the weather? So whether it's hot or whether it's cold, do you do different things to your hair to deal with the temperature of outside?
Wonderful. Yes. You know, and you know better because I do your hair. So, so you did. Isn't he slave? So, beautiful. So, no, I change it. If more than 5 of my clients has the same issue going on with their hair, I research a lot. I'm in school to be a naturopathic doctor like Dr. Sabi. So as some people say kitchen witch, I mix up a lot, whipping and dipping it in the kitchen. So if everyone's hair is too dry, I have to go buy some aloe vera. I have to go get some almond oil. I have to go get some, it depends on the weather conditions. It depends on how everyone here is acting at the time. It also depends on climate, if you're going on vacation or not. Then that depends on what I would do with your hair. I would even mix up a special treatment just for your hair if you're going to Miami and going to getting some salt water, or if you're going to be swimming a lot and I know I got to get the chlorine out of your hair just to make sure your hair and your pH comes back and your hair is healthy.
Okay, so,
I get
like
down
you
with it.
get down and you really know what you're doing.
Because I don't want anything done to you guys' hair or anyone else's hair. I said you guys. Don't
Her
quote me.
babies.
Because my babies all the time. Because I wouldn't want anything done to your hair that I wouldn't want done to my hair. And I always test everything on me first. I'd rather have my hair fall out than anybody else.
You want no lawsuits.
And I don't want my hair to fall out. You know.
So, seeing is that you take your craft so serious and that you really put time and effort into creating your own potions and hair products, have you done anybody's hair that we would know, like celebrity, notable person?
I did Trey Pierce at Ohio Players. He has 8 Grammys and he discovered Flo Rida.
Oh, okay.
I ended up getting, and it's crazy because I got nominated for Who's Who Black Milwaukee. But that's when I had like 365 clients. I slowed down because I got diagnosed with MS a couple years ago, but that's okay. I'm opening up the shop soon. But, someone called me after we did the Who's Black Milwaukee downtown and at the Art Museum the next day, and all the MATC people came because I was on student government. And they said, hey, Trey Pierce, I just did the Susan G. Coleman. And everybody said, hey, Trey Pierce needs his hair done from the Ohio Players. And I was like, they said, would you want to do his hair? I said, yeah.
Of course.
I had on all pink sweaty, just did a 5K. I went home, got my kit, ran down to the Panther Arena and got it done. And everybody was there. Confunction, Zap, Slave. I'm talking about everybody singing Computer Love, Roller Coaster. I Want to Be Your... I mean, all the old heads was there, and I'm backstage running, taking Bobby pins out in 5-inch heels because he wanted a different style in every different song. So I did
a different style for every different song. I hope
Every
you was
set.
compensated for that night.
I mean, I was was good.
Well, handsomely anyway.
I was good, and I still contact them, and then they love my conditioner so much that y'all call it my hair crack, which I got to get a name for it, that I sent a 3-gallon vat down to his hairdresser in Atlanta.
Oh, so you influencing hair all over the country.
I'm trying to do my thing.
So why don't you have a shop?
Because I've been focused more on being a doctor.
Okay. So, but is having a shop a goal at some point?
But the funny thing about it is that the hair thing, I do it for free. Sometimes I do it for free. Sometimes I do.
You used to do hair for free?
Sometimes I do. I mean, because I love my clients, and it's just like this. We struggle so much with our hair, and Milwaukee's not a hardcore natural hair capital like the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. It ain't. Atlanta, Chicago. We're not hardcore with the natural hair. That's why sometimes a lot of stylists charge. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know any better. So therefore, I'd rather repair your hair, strengthen your hair, don't let your hair break off, and then get you and all your cousins and your brothers and your sisters and aunties and your uncles.
But you could do that with the shop. You could do that with the shop.
I can with the shop, but then I have overhead. And I was paying for school out of pocket. And pre-med ain't cheap.
Well, yeah. I know it. I know all about that.
But by then, I'll be a hair doctor.
Okay.
And I know my stuff.
Clearly. So
Period.
I'm mad at you for that.
You did.
So you being a hairstylist that doesn't have a shop or anything like that, do you feel like hairstylists get the respect that they deserve as being like just overall respected as like having a real career path? Because sometimes it seems like, okay, oh girl, you just do hair.
You know what? I kind of felt that way a little bit on the inside, and that's what kind of just jazzed me up a little bit because I was like, dang. But it's the crazy thing about it is that everybody loves the stylist. You know why? Because they make you look beautiful. They take you ugly and make you look beautiful. It is what it is. You come in like, girl, I got this nest, and they be like, I got you, baby, and they fix you. And so everybody loved the stylist. Everybody loved the makeup artist. You know what I mean? And so we bring you back.
I also think that there's an element of like an element of it being cathartic when you go and get your hair done as well, because not only are you transforming me to look better, I don't never go in ugly, honey. I always come in looking at least half decent, but you make me look better. But
He slays.
But it's a therapy session too. You get to talk about life, and you know, you get to talk about everything that's going
Your
on with no
barista,
judgment.
your bartender, and your hairdresser, and your nail tech is your therapist, and your barber.
I wholeheartedly
I
believe
work
that.
at Starbucks. Your barista is your therapist. I work at T-Vine.
That's just your personality.
Yeah, they're your therapist, baby. They're your therapist. Yeah. So it's seriously, it's very cathartic. It's very good for you. It's very good for your soul. And it's very healing. And oh, go ahead, because I think I don't want to tap into another one of your questions you got.
No. Because I actually was going to go, say let's take a step back, because there was a question I wanted to ask you in the beginning when you said that you prefer to do natural hairstyles. And natural hairstyles have definitely come back into not even just mainstream Black America, but mainstream, being accepted mainstream, period, although we're not where we should be. What made you want to step into doing natural hairstyles as opposed to the weaves, the wigs, and things of that nature?
Well, I know on my own natural journey, I started having seizures, and they gave me Depakote, and it took out 3 hunks of my hair this big. And I was like, oh, not with my hair down here, we're not. So therefore, no, so it's all mine. So we're not doing that. And I love to wear my fro like a lion's mane when I blow it out. So I don't think.
Come on, somebody.
And you all that Diana Ross. So we're not doing that. So then I started noticing a lot of clients start having alopecia, traction alopecia. A lot of people get into fights.
Was that from the sew-ins? Well, the fights I understand, but the sew-ins and stuff like that?
There's a lot of fights with dreads, which is it's allowed.
Oh, I don't have time.
With the women and the men. A lot of people always want to pull your hair out. That's a little word to the wise. If you have dreads, always watch your hair. Put it in a ponytail because somebody will pull it. That's real talk. I'm being real with you.
But was it more so from sew-ins though too that you saw that hair damage was coming from?
It was a lot of it wasn't the sew-ins. It was more or less people doing the same styles every day. If you pull your hair in a ponytail all the time, your edges will start decreasing. If you wear your hair in a certain way, you'll start getting thin. So it was a lot of people putting their hair in the same different styles. They didn't know how to treat their hair. Shoot, I didn't know my hair. I'm learning the journey with y'all and separate from y'all. Like.
Look, you got so much information. We're going to have to get together after the show and talk about it because you are full of information. But I do want to thank you for joining us today, Authen. Thank you so much. Join us next time where we'll talk about local rappers as they tell us the highs and lows in the music industry. I'm your host, Donnie Carter, and I will see you later.
You got to throw me a baseball hand.
Dang, I said